Hello Guitar Junkies and warm welcome. This is Marcus Deml and today I have a very exciting experiment for you. Well, that turned out just surprisingly well. A few years back I received a Fender Ultra Professional guitar. On paper it really looked very promising, no hum, great playability, locking tuners, 2-point trem, and a killer color, tangerine orange, sort of modified heel that makes life easier, etc, etc. So I was very excited and Fender was kind enough to send me the guitar. I sort of enjoyed the playability, but my main problem is I just could not get my sound with it. So I started to dabble with it. Here is the original pickguard, first of all. This was what came in the guitar. Holmes humbucker, 2 noiseless pickups, and they're all good. The switching was kind of too much for me. You could bypass the volume, do parallel switching and stuff like that. And a 5-way, so that's just way too much for my simple brain. When I opened up the guitar, this is a bit suspicious. This is a bit too much electronics for a simple guitar like that. I thought, well, how about a 2 humbucker guitar? I don't own a Strat with 2 humbuckers. So I called Andreas Kloppmann. We decided on the PAF in the neck position. That's the 60s model, not the 50s model. The 60s model is a bit brighter. And of course it's a Deml Pure, no nonsense electronics, just volume and tone. Had to carve out the pickguard once again myself. Just a 3-way switch. I'm all about vintage tones. I decided the original trem, which was there's nothing wrong with it. It's very functional. Tuning's pretty good. But there's just one thing. I'm not a fan of these saddles, you know. But they're okay too. But what I really don't like, well, I don't mind it, but I just think it doesn't sound very good, is a small block. A small block, even though if it's a steel block, this is about half the size of vintage trem if you compare those two, you know, and it just doesn't cut it. Suddenly whoa, there was a whole big ring to the guitar. So if you are not satisfied with your Stratocaster, the first thing I would do in a non-destructive way, before you get the screwdriver and a chisel, just try a vintage trim, get a Goto. They're like $100. And all I did, because I didn't want to drill any holes into the guitar because it's a 2-point. I took the vintage trim, I just put it on 2 screws and it works just fine. And actually the tuning is pretty good, I have to say that. This is number 1 modification for me if I'm not satisfied with the guitar's sound. Here's the original neck. And it was a very good playing neck, 22 frets, satin finish, locking tuners, maple cap. In my experience, well, the neck is very responsible for the sound of the guitar. Some people say it's 60%. I think so too. I think the neck gives the guitar its character. Every time I change or swap out bodies and necks, I always think that the neck is the main character, so to speak. Took another Crazy Parts neck and installed that. I had some shallow tuners lying around and, well, the guitar exploded. I have to say that. I know it's a different guitar. It has nothing to do with the original except the body and the super cool tangerine orange finish. But suddenly, once again, the goal was achieved. I have a guitar that I really like and I really play a lot. And I even played it on the new album Pure. And I mainly use it, not just as in the intro track, for a clean guitar on the neck pickup and on the middle position. Setup for the intro track was super easy. Once again, 100 watt Marshall, Sweet Elephant, reverb and delay. Everything goes into a 4x12 cabinet. It's mic'd with a Tull G12 mic and goes into an API mic pre into the UAD Apollo and then into Logic. And that's it. So, it's the little parts, once again, that make up a great guitar. I hope you learned something and, most importantly, you enjoyed this little episode. This was Marcus Deml. Play some great notes, be a great person, stay positive, subscribe to this channel. I see you next time. Marcus, peace out.